Hey everybody, welcome back to another segment of the Toolbox Extra on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's guest, but as always, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors. So take 3 minutes, listen to these shout outs. These are all companies I used as an AD. They're all great companies. You should be using them too. So here we go. We want to thank our good friends at GIPPER. The premier platform for promoting your athletic department through social media. Go to GIPPER.com. Their team will have you up and running in no time. Social media posts to celebrate victories, entire newsletters to showcase the great stuff that your department is doing. The team at GIPPER is the best. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to GIPPER.com. And as always, don't forget to mention the podcast. We also want to thank Snap Raise. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, I'm telling you, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school with our teams, and it was tremendously successful, and you'll have the same experience. Go to snapraise.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Home Campus. Scheduling, rosters, results, communication, their athletic eligibility and clearance platform alone is a game changer. You'll find it all at Home Campus. Go to homecampus.com, and as always, tell them you heard about it on the podcast. We want to say thank you to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. You've heard me say many times, it's probably the best purchase I ever made as an AD. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Take a look at what their products can do for you. Sidelineinteractive.com. We'd also like to thank Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. My assistant athletic director, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio program, and while they were earning their degree, they also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Vital Signs, which is becoming Beacon Creative. They have been bringing school legacies to life for the past decade, but now Beacon Creative is a lot more. Their Spotlight product allows you to tell compelling stories and put them on any digital platform in your school. We hear all the time that schools don't celebrate their students as much as they would like to, but Beacon allows you to tell those stories and start celebrating your students without lifting a finger. Email John at beaconwalloffame.com for more information. That's Beacon Creative Wall of Fame. Let's say thanks to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years. When I became an AD, our school was a Huddle school, and our coaches for all the teams just love the platform. Our student athletes love the videos, and our parents love the streaming, but there's a lot more. Go to huddle.com. Make sure you mention the podcast. That's huddle.com. Let's also thank Hometown. Hometown continues to change the game with their solutions that include things like, well, of course, digital ticketing, but how about fee-free fundraising, athletic website construction, and a whole lot more. Whether you're an AD, a coach, even a principal, Hometown is going to show you how to save time, how to raise more money, and how to bring your community together. You'll find it all at hometown.com. And let's say thanks to our good friends at Athletic Surveys. If you've never used a survey to take the pulse of your student athletes, your coaches, how about your parents, you're missing out on a great resource. We use surveys for everything at my school, and the team at Athletic Surveys is going to create a custom survey just for your school. It's going to let you connect and get feedback from all of those groups. Tremendously valuable. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them help you take your athletic program from good to great. That's athleticsurveys.com. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Educational AD Podcast and another one of our Toolbox Extras. Regular listeners to the podcast know that We've got some great sponsors. Again, these are all companies that I used as an AD. And today we're fortunate to have one of our sponsors with us. As I mentioned, regular listeners will certainly recognize the name Matthew Glick. He's the founder and CEO of a little company called GIPPER. Tremendous platform for ADs. He's got some things that he wants to share with us as we get closer to NADC. But Matthew Glick, welcome to the Toolbox Extra.
Oh, thank you so much, Jake. It's good to be back on, and always love being able to talk shop with you.
Well, again, we talk about regular listeners. One of the things we try to do with this podcast is this idea of sharing best practices, which is part of making ADs' jobs easier. ADs are sometimes a little leery about trying something new. So if we have a new listener that might not be familiar with the GIPPER platform, I'm telling you as an AD, it's fantastic. But Matthew's going to share some features about and some new features about GIPPER with you. But I want you to get to know Matthew. He's not just some tech guy, sitting behind a desk. He's, has a tremendous background in athletics. So Matthew, if you don't mind, as I like to say, share your life story in 2 minutes. You can take longer than 2 minutes. What's the Matthew Glick / GIPPER origin story?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was actually born in London and moved to California when I was about 6 years old. When I moved from London, I brought with me an absolute love for soccer or football at the time. And I grew up playing soccer my whole life in the US, but I also played American football in high school and actually worked within my high school athletic department and was in charge of helping get students out to support teams with events on campus. So I was really deeply embedded in the high school athletic department from an early age and just sports obsessed. That's the best way that I could put it. And then I was lucky enough to be able to play Division I collegiate soccer. I played at Colgate University in upstate New York, and maybe played is a bit generous because I think I played 10 games in my career at Colgate. But I had actually some really difficult injuries. I tore my ACL twice. And so I had 3 major knee surgeries over the course of a few years, 2 leading up to going at Colgate, and then 1 while I was a student athlete there. And with that time, not being able to be on the field, but kind of interacting with the athletic department at the college level and having the knowledge of the experience in high school, I started to identify a problem when it came to digital marketing for athletic departments. And with that free time, I was able to actually go out and try to solve that. And that was really the origin story of GIPPER. I saw that for small athletic departments, whether it was at the college level or certainly for almost every high school athletic department in the country, the folks like you at the time, Jake, doing an incredible job as an AD, but with so many different responsibilities and so little time, just didn't have the ability to create and share content to social media and other digital channels in the way that was needed. And there's this massive transformation that was happening at the time where social media was blowing up. And this is the place where the community of students, of parents, of alumni all lived and got information. And in order for athletic departments to keep up, they need to make sure to change their communication style and to be able to market and promote and communicate in the ways that sort of modern society demanded. And again, that challenge was it wasn't feasible for the busy athletic director and limited resource athletic department. And so I set out to build a solution that would help that. And we ended up launching GIPPER. It was the summer of 2019 and our first product, which made it incredibly easy for a busy high school athletic director to create and share social media graphics, just like you saw coming out of pro teams or Division I collegiate athletic departments. And since then, it's grown tremendously. But and we'll talk more about some of the new products that we've introduced. But it was really born out of that deep love for athletics and that experience interfacing with athletic departments at all levels.
Yeah, so many great points there. And the one that sticks out for me is somebody, again, I retired 5 years ago after a 40+ year career as a teacher, coach, and AD. Towards the end of my career, as platforms like GIPPER were being created, I think there was a feeling of ADs in my age group, let's say, that, well, yeah, that's really nice, but we didn't have to do that back when I was in high school and all this stuff. It didn't exist, as you said, but nowadays it's not a right, wrong, good or bad. It's what kids and parents and society, it's what they expect. They want to see that, and it is possible very easily to create that, with a platform like GIPPER. So it's been cool to see the platform grow, to see more ADs, old dinosaurs like me, embrace it. And you're absolutely right. Great, great points.
And Jake, one thing I'll say, and you may remember this, when we first launched GIPPER, I went around to probably almost every state athletic conference in the country. And I was actually giving talks on social media. And at the time, this was something where it was a little bit foreign for the high school athletic director on average to be so focused on marketing and communications and doing a great job on social media. And I was there trying to educate folks and kind of raising their awareness around the importance of these social media channels for their entire community, certainly their students, but not just the students. But the real challenge that every AD faced, and it is a real one, was and is that there's just not enough time in the day.
Yep.
And that is a real thing. And so what I'm so excited about, whether it's with social media or other aspects of the athletic department, is bringing truly best-in-class software that allows you as an athletic director or as an athletic department to really be world-class without adding more to your plate, and to actually save you time with great software that allows you to do an even better job. And we'll talk a little bit about one of the things we're doing to celebrate and recognize ADs in a moment, but ADs work so hard. The list of responsibilities every year seems to grow. And so there needs to be a way to help make sure that athletic directors and athletic departments can keep up with these rising demands in a way that actually works for them. And that's what, as a company, we're so focused on being able to deliver on.
And again, that's such a great point. I think time, whether you want to talk about saving time or creating time for ADs to do other things, it's just so very valuable. And, I say it every time I give a GIPPER shout out. It's so easy, even I can use it. And so I'm excited to hear about some of the new stuff. Just real quickly, and you've kind of done it already, but for somebody who might not currently be using the platform or just has no idea, they've been so busy they haven't had a chance to figure it out. What is GIPPER? We'll do this at the end. How do they find out more?
Absolutely. So GIPPER is the leading content creation and marketing platform for athletic departments. We now have a range of products to make it really easy for you to better tell your story and engage your community across digital channels. Our core product, which is what is used by thousands of athletic departments across the country and what your listeners may be most familiar with, is called GIPPER Engage. And this allows you as an athletic director, athletic department, to easily create and share social media content and digital newsletters to promote your program and better communicate with your stakeholders. So you can get access to north of 10,000 ready-made graphics templates that you can customize to your school's branding in literally one click. And then you can publish or schedule out that content to all of your social media channels, again, in one click. So it takes what traditionally will take hours and hours and hours out of your week and allows you to do it in just a matter of minutes and sometimes even seconds. And beyond the graphics and social media content, you can also create things like your monthly athletic department newsletter and send that out digitally to your community. You can create digital game day programs and visitor guides. So all different ways for you to professionally create great content to promote your program and communicate digitally, but again, in a way that doesn't add time to your plate, makes it really quick and easy.
Again, the quick and the easy. If you're a listener, you see your student athletes, even your parents at games. What are they doing? Well, sometimes they're watching the game, but they're on their phone. And, if you've seen just a cool social media post from school X or school Y, chances are that AD put it up there with the GIPPER platform because it is so easy to use. Matt, we have you on, a couple times a year or more, not as much as we would like, to talk about, some of the features. What are some of the newer things that have popped up since we had you on last time?
Yeah, it's a great question because we've done a ton since we've last been on, and I'll try to cover kind of the big things for the group here. But as I was saying, most of the audience is probably most familiar with us for GIPPER Engage, our platform for creating and sharing social media content and newsletters. But this past school year, we introduced a new product called GIPPER Touch. And so this is a product that is available as an integrated solution if you're already using GIPPER Engage, but you can also purchase it standalone. And the reason we introduced GIPPER Touch is because we kept hearing time and time again from athletic directors and folks working in schools that they were running out of space, literal physical space for things like their trophy cases, their Hall of Fame award plaques on the wall. And they wanted a digital solution that would look impressive and really wow visitors, but also allow them to display unlimited content around their school and athletic department history and achievements and student recognition. And so we introduced a digital Hall of Fame touchscreen interactive platform that allows you to create these interactive displays. Schools will typically position these in landmark areas on campus, think like in front of the gym or front office of a school where there's high foot traffic. And you can use them to really showcase anything that you'd like, whether it's a Hall of Fame or alumni spotlights. And GIPPER Touch really stands out, I would say, for three reasons. Number one, it's insanely easy to use. Definitely book a demo. You can go to GIPPER.com and speak with their team, and you can see this yourself. Incredibly easy to use for anyone, no training required. And then number two, the actual design, the look and feel of the output of what your community will be seeing and interacting with is world class. This looks like something that's coming out of professional sports facility, and you can have it for your high school. And then the final thing is, if you're already using GIPPER Engage, it's an integrated experience, which means you already have your branding set in GIPPER, you have your photos, your videos, your graphics that you're creating, and you can easily insert those into your GIPPER Touch site. So that creating and sharing and updating content on your touchscreen takes just a matter of seconds. And it's only one login, one vendor that you have to manage. And so that was the big new product for us, Jake. And it's been tremendously successful. We launched it for the start of the school year, and we already have hundreds of installations. And the feedback has been amazing from ADs. And I wanted to share my screen just to show you a couple quick examples, just so folks who are maybe checking this out on YouTube or seeing a clip on social media could actually see it in action. But if I share my screen here, this is one example of a GIPPER Touch site. So this is from Green Level High School, and Green Level has their display actually set up outside of their main gym. And so this is a place where there's high foot traffic. Colin, their AD, was telling me the other day they have students interacting with it throughout the day. And then when there's events on campus, there's parents and other visitors that are going up to it and interacting with it. So it really creates this engaging experience for your different stakeholders. And what you're seeing on my screen is the website. And that's one of the things I want to point out for folks is, yes, you can display these on physical touchscreens on campus, but you can also share this online as a website for anyone to access wherever they are. And then if you click into this, just to bring this to life a bit more, you're going to see that there's these different directories. And one of the things that's amazing about GIPPER Touch is just how customizable it is. So maybe you think of a touchscreen experience for something like a Hall of Fame, but Green Level is a new school. They actually don't have a Hall of Fame. And so they're using it to highlight their state champions, their annual athletic department Athlete of the Year awards. They're all Americans. They're doing cool things like alumni spotlights and showcasing their facilities. So it's so much more than a Hall of Fame and really allows you to archive your history and your achievements in a way that it's going to live on forever for folks to be able to interact with. And I'll click into the state champions just to show you here. You'll see there's team and individual champions. When I open up team, you'll see all the different state champions at Green Level. And when you click into the volleyball most recent state championship, you'll see that they have this great bio over here on the right that includes important information. And then they have photos here on the left, and you can click through it, and they have like a YouTube video of the highlights and of the live stream. And so people can always now look back at this and relive the moments versus a plaque on the wall. It serves a purpose for sure, but it's not going to be as engaging. And so often we hear about this history getting lost where you can no longer find the photos. You can't find the videos. You can't find the write-ups. And so this is a way to really protect that and preserve it and make it accessible for anyone, in your school community. And then a couple other quick examples here. I won't go through them all, but just so you can see kind of the difference in the designs. This is a school, Unity in Illinois, and you can see they have a slideshow on the front. And so this is awesome. It is an automatic slideshow. It includes content that is historical, but this could also include important updates and announcements. So as people are walking by and they're not actually interacting with the screen, they can get important information, and it can serve as a communication tool as well. And then when you click in, you'll see the different directories, and you'll see here they have a Hall of Fame. I can open this up and learn more about some of their Hall of Fame members. And the final one here, this is Carmel in Indiana, and you'll see the home page here. Again, very different look, but just looks world-class, stunning from a branding standpoint. And then I can click in and you'll see a different set of directories. And so all state athletes, they have a mental attitude award. They have their Hall of Fame inductees, their championships. And so again, the point is that this is so flexible in terms of the way that you can use it. And it's incredibly easy to do it in a way that's truly world-class when you're using GIPPER Touch.
Yeah. And again, like the GIPPER platforms, these are all basically templates that there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be some instruction, but once you're into it, you can add to, you can edit, create new categories. Just tremendous. I love the Unity one. I'm sure the other ones have that option, but the history, those photos, those are typically never seen in a dusty yearbook on a shelf. And now here it is in their gym lobby, in the main hallway, that people can literally touch the screen and access that history. What a great way to connect and stay connected with the generations that have built your school. And then, you mentioned Green Level with Colin. That's a new school, so they are making history and documenting it as it happens. Really, really cool stuff.
And with that Colin example, he talked specifically about younger students on campus interacting with that touchscreen. And he has that alumni spotlights directory that I pulled up a little bit ago, and seeing those students click through some of those spotlights and see former Green Level student athletes who went on to play at places like Duke and other amazing athletic and academic institutions, and to see sort of what's possible and to inspire that next generation. That's something that we heard directly from Colin. He's seen it in person, and we're hearing it from more and more ADs across the country. What the inspiration kind of impact can be for those younger folks and even parents in the community who may not know what's possible from your school or from your athletic department.
Oh yeah, no, just tremendous. I'm getting excited already. Now, you and I were talking. You've got another big, a new feature, if you will, from GIPPER, the GIPPER Hall of Fame. What is that, and what was the idea behind it?
Yeah, so the GIPPER Hall of Fame is actually a recognition program that we've just launched. So this is not a product or a feature within GIPPER itself, but this is really a celebration that we're leading of athletic directors at the high school level. And so we talked about it earlier, like ADs work so hard. They have that endless task list that just seems to always grow. But I think you'd also say that ADs are probably the folks that are least recognized. And I think most ADs would say that's okay. They want to shine the spotlight on student athletes and coaches and the people of their community. And that's honorable. And, we absolutely support that. But we also think ADs deserve recognition. And so we've launched the GIPPER Hall of Fame. This is our inaugural class of 2025. And it's an award program where currently ADs can actually nominate themselves or be nominated by folks in their community. And if you're nominated, we'll actually be reviewing all of the nominations internally at GIPPER. We have a panel with criteria, and we're going to be looking at impact, culture, equity, and other parts of being a world-class athletic director, and then choosing 2 out of all of the nominees. And so far we have hundreds. 2 will be selected as winners. Those will be the 2 inductees into the GIPPER Hall of Fame for the class of 2025. We will be announcing and honoring these folks at our Hall of Fame party in NADC, which is on Sunday, December 14th. And we'll talk a little bit about that later on. And then we'll be sharing the news on social media, through email, on our website on that Monday, December 15th. And so there will be a sort of a national campaign honoring those folks as well as all the ADs who were nominated. And then importantly, those two ADs will each receive a free Caribbean trip for them and a +1. So we want to make sure that we can allow these ADs to rest, to recharge. They deserve it. And, obviously that's a huge part of this program, is really, giving back to the ADs who give so much to their communities and their student athletes.
Oh, wow. What a great idea to recognize, athletic directors for all they do, both, within the school and in the community. And, very a tangible reward, that vacation. Is there what's the best way for one of our listeners to nominate a deserving AD for this award?
So I want to first reiterate, we are encouraging ADs to self-nominate. I know ADs out there, they're selfless, they're humble, and nominating yourself may feel like, hey, I don't want to, take that step. I'll wait for someone to nominate me. This is your chance to really showcase the work that you're doing in your community for your school. So please don't be shy, nominate yourself, and we'd love to hear about your story. And then if you're a listener and you're not an AD and you know someone who immediately comes to mind when you're thinking of an athletic director who's making impact in their community, please do nominate them as well. And to do that, you can go to GIPPER.com/GIPPER-HOF. Also, you could just search in Google GIPPER Hall of Fame, and you're going to see it there. And there's going to be a link you can click on that can take you to the nomination page. The nomination process is simple, and then you'll receive confirmation from us once nominated. The nominations do close December 9th. So that's the final day that you can get nominations in. So, make sure to get those in soon. And then they'll be announced in person the night of Sunday, December 14th, for those who are going to be at the GIPPER Hall of Fame party at NADC, and then publicly online that following day, the Monday, December 15th. But we're so excited because, again, I've been working with ADs for a long time now, since launching GIPPER in 2019. I've spoken with thousands of ADs personally, and I've seen the impact. We want to make sure we can, spread that impact and make sure as many people are aware of it as possible, because ADs do so much great work and they deserve recognition for it.
Oh, I agree 100%. So again, ADs, nominate a fellow AD, nominate yourself. This is your chance to brag a little bit about some of the great things you're doing for your student athletes, your coaches, in your community. The GIPPER Hall of Fame, very cool stuff. Matthew, you mentioned NADC. Is there anything special that athletic directors should look for?
Yes, we talked about it a little bit, so I'll mention again. We are hosting a party. It's going to be the GIPPER Hall of Fame party. It is a ticketed event, so Jake, I'll get you the Eventbrite information, and you can share that with your listeners for folks who are in Tampa and can register. It is limited space, so make sure you get your ticket secured as soon as possible. But that will be at Jackson's. That is a 5-minute walk from the convention center. And it's going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. the Sunday evening. We have a steak carving station. We have sushi. We have top shelf open bar the entire night. And we're going to be honoring those Hall of Fame inductees and announcing the news live at the party. So highly recommend if you're in Tampa for the show, make sure to check out the party and get your ticket as soon as possible before space runs out. So that's the big thing this Sunday night. I think, Jake, you will be there. Is that right?
Absolutely. Okay.
So that's another benefit for folks. You can see Jake in person at the Hall of Fame party. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was at our actual booth, which is booth 1204. I know the numbers are confusing, so just walk straight into the convention and you're going to see GIPPER right away. We're right towards the front of the convention hall. And we're going to be doing free professional headshots the entire conference. So I know as ADs, You have your photos on the website. Maybe you have a LinkedIn, you have a Twitter account, and sometimes you need to get a fresh new look for a resume or whatever it may be. So free professional headshots. You can come by the GIPPER booth at any point. So stop by, get a headshot, and then of course you can learn about all of our products. We talked about Engage and Touch. We have a new product called GIPPER Display that will be coming out soon, and you can speak to our team about that and join the wait list. For those who may not be aware, GIPPER Display will allow you to create and control all of the content across your TVs on campus. And again, it's integrated with GIPPER. So if you're already creating your game day graphics, your weekly schedules in GIPPER and publishing them out to social media, you can in one click with GIPPER Display publish them to social media, but also into automatic slideshows across your different TVs that you may have in facilities or other places at your school. So again, save time, improve your communication, and stay on brand with everything you're doing online and in person. So that product is coming soon. And so you can speak to the team and we can get you added to the wait list so you can get your hands on that as soon as possible. And then the final thing is with GIPPER Touch, we are doing an awesome promotion for ADs where if you sign up for GIPPER Touch as a new customer, you can get a 55-inch touchscreen bundle. That's the touchscreen itself, the wall mount, the mini computer, which is what's used to display your experience, entirely free. That's while supplies last. Those are going fast. So if you're interested, you can reach out ahead of the conference. You can contact our team. Just go to gipper.com, reach out. And certainly, if you're at the conference, come up to the booth, talk to the team about that. We'd love to get you started. We can do a demo of Touch right there and then get you signed up so you can get that free touchscreen. So those are the big things, Jake. And I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the most fun 3-day periods of my year every year. And so I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing more folks in person.
Oh, no, absolutely. And, for listeners, GIPPER does a great job at the conference. Make sure you stop by their booth. But if you've never been to a GIPPER event at the NADC, it's always, top class, just outstanding. So make sure you're going to be there. I'll probably even bring some free copies of our newest book to give away. So, and we'll put the link to register for that event. That'll be in the show notes. We'll also put it up in some separate social media posts as well. For anything GIPPER, just go to gipper.com. The engagement program, the touchscreen options, and more. It's gipper.com. Make sure your school becomes a GIPPER school if you're not already. Matthew, thanks again for everything you do for AEDs, for our podcast, and definitely looking forward to seeing you in about 2 weeks.
Absolutely. See you in Tampa, and thanks again for having me on, Jake.
Hey, for our listeners, we want to say thanks to you and your support and remind you that we upload the Zoom recordings of every interview to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We appreciate you tuning in. We look forward to seeing you in Tampa, and hopefully you'll join us again for another Toolbox Extra on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Always great to spend time with Matthew Glick and GIPPER. Again, if you're not using the platform, go to gipper.com and check out all the different ways that they can help you celebrate your program, celebrate your student athletes, celebrate your coaches, celebrate your community. Of course, we want to thank our other great sponsors, Sideline Interactive, Home Campus, Ohio University's Online Masters in Athletic Administration. We want to say thanks to Hometown. We want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. We want to say thank you to Huddle. We want to thank Snap Raise, and we want to thank Beacon Creative Vital Signs. Check out these companies if you're not already using them. You're going to be glad you did. Once again, we'll put that link to register for the GIPPER event in the show notes, but we appreciate you listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.